Happy morning, everybody. Hi, Ramaswamy sir.
Morning, Kandraji.
Morning, sir. Mukesh, of course, Karthik, MJ, and many others. It is an exciting day for the foundation as the enlightenment hour that is going to be thereafter the meditation. We'll be launching our dream project of bringing a corporate meditation magazine focused towards corporates to create that awareness, which is beautifully part of the service week that we are into, final week of this program. Most certainly, any literature work is creating a significant impact. And so many have contributed to this issue, and then many wanted to contribute. So I felt it's a great platform to have on a continuing basis, a platform where we can have all of our experiences come into it. So we will see that, and then later in the day, everybody will be sent a copy to read through. So we're going to have this launch amid some of all our mentors, and then Ramaswamy sir and many other leaders today. It will happen between 7 to 8 sometime as Patsaji joins. So friends, into the final days of this crystal program. Yesterday, we learned about the advantage, the benefits of service while we are doing it for ourselves. While we're doing service for ourselves, always, we understood how it is also helping us get there, to drop our internal self, to ability to be inclusive with everybody, to help in our manifestations. When we're doing service to somebody else, helping us drop our our ego self. And so then it is the beginning of our learning. So service is a great way to get to the path, while service in the end is to ourselves, because we are that. So during this path of progress, just the way our ego self is always coming as a barrier, so there are few barriers that we can be aware of, so that we cross over them. Don Juan, in his literature, talks about these 4 barriers are the word enemies of the progress, of our own practice, our own progress, where we might end up getting stuck during the progress, path of progress. First one is fear. Because of fear, we will not do many things. Same thing applies for meditation too. Because there is fear, we hold us back. When we meditate, we might be experiencing many things. Could be fast heartbeat, could be suffocation, like yesterday one was mentioning. You feel suffocated, so we cannot go through it, and so we hold back. Or we might see some figures, we might see something that's more not body, out of the body. There are fears around breaking the beliefs. people tell us, plant-based diet, vegetarian diet, okay. Fear of losing that pleasure of eating food of that nature, because we always felt that to be great. To have a non-vegetarian food is like, it's got this right taste and this and that. So there's a fear of losing, fear of our personality. Every time anything that touches our personality, then we are uncomfortable. We go into discomfort. When someone tells, when you come in with a problem and say, hey, have you understood that it could be your own creation? Because the thoughts create reality. So when we understand that, then it discomforts us. We cannot accept it because the personality is so strongly there, saying it's always that person who is causing this to me. How is it that I'm causing it to myself? So there are several fears. Anything that touches our personality, you are God. You have that potential. You can be the Lord Venkateshwara, Jesus. When you meditate, when you get in touch with yourself, truly that consciousness, when I say there is this discomfort, there's a discomfort that what are we saying? We've been told always that someone has to be high up in the pedestal. So I cannot be that. So it discomforts us, then we move away from the process. As we learn more, it can definitely touch our inner core of the beliefs, core beliefs that we held off. Your parents are not responsible for your current life. We say that because many times we hear this. Oh, my father did not do it. My parents did not take care of us. So we were this way. We heard this. But when we say they're not responsible, you are responsible for your life. We say this, then again, there is an enormous discomfort. We want to stay away from this kind of learning. We have to cross over these fear barriers because we're exploring. We have an option to pull back anytime. When we don't like something, we have an option to pull back anytime, isn't it? So we have an option but we got to cross over these barriers. Whatever that we fear most, we have to jump in, do it once, to go through it, muster courage and say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. What happens? I'm going to try stopping eating meat for 40 days. I'm going to do it once. So the way to overcome fears, but fear is always going to hold us back to be out of a comfort zone. Discomfort, we cannot take it out of the comfort zone. So, but we'll have to recognize this and push ourselves into doing it once. And when you do it once, because it's experimentation, see, implementation is later. First is experimentation, then comes implementation automatically if you like it. So we experiment, so we got to muster all the courage and push ourselves into jumping and doing in that one, which we fear most. And so naturally cross over that. Same thing with the experience of meditation. We have to just go through them. Sit down. There cannot be any more relaxing posture than sitting, like this with eyes closed. There cannot be anything more relaxing. And so it cannot harm. Fundamentally speaking, it cannot harm. And so anything that's happening in the body, it's got to be happening for some purpose. And then people who have walked this path are telling that it's fine. So sit down and then you go through it once. Because many are also experiencing the same. And they went through it. And so then you cross over that barrier of going through that experience, go to the next one, the next one. So fear is number one, which is holding us back, friends. Both through the meditation experience as well as the wisdom we gain, which is squarely and almost always putting us to be the center of our life, not somebody else, something else. Second thing, and we cross over this, is that as we start gaining all that wisdom, all that special knowledge, as we're getting in touch with ourselves, we gain insight. So we start gaining that confidence, and confidence will lead to slowly overconfidence. It's the half knowledge state. We call it half knowledge. We know little, but we think that's all it is, so we know everything. And also be the spiritual ego, meaning as in the process of progressing, so we think that we know it all because we have read it enough. Ultimately the truth is same. So if you read 10 books, you sort of understand the crux of everything. And then we experience a few events where you would have gotten suddenly an insight, an intuition that worked great. So then there onwards, we feel like, and I know it all, and I'm living to myself, and we stop ignoring learning at that point. And the moment we are in that state of half knowledge, we stop ignoring to listen to others, to look into others. We feel we already know it, so you don't need to know anything more. We stop learning, we stop reading, stop going to classes. It doesn't work that way. We all know that what we learn today, after 6 months later, it'll appear differently. If you even practiced it again, art of listening will appear differently. Cooperation, it is a revelation to me. Yesterday, I think I was reading a book on Takama Saradian. Cooperation is in the context of people we understand, right? How do you cooperate when you go into service? It talks about we dropping a personal agenda and then be in it with a common minimum agenda. So we drop our personal agenda when you're into your service, and then you cooperate very well, so great things happen. You got to drop a personal agenda when you're approaching a group. If you can drop a personal agenda, the group cooperation is great, but that's what we understand. But then there's another understanding of cooperation. Our body, the cells in the body, our emotional body, emotions, and then our mind or thoughts, they're not cooperating with each other. They're totally out of sync. And so we have ill health. Each one is working differently. There is lack of cooperation among our thoughts, our mind, our emotions, and then our body. These three, they're not cooperating with each other. So then result is a total chaos and then disarray into the body, and then so all kinds of ill health. They need to be coherent. They need to cooperate with each other. We understand the cooperation differently. So since they're not cooperating with each other, we have this ill health. What pushes them to cooperate? Meditation aligns them. So half knowledge is a second barrier that we miss on, where we think that we've understood it all. 40-day program is only a beginning. Just the way if we want to be excelling in our fields, we continuously learn. A leader commented, if you become an expert, then understand that you're becoming obsolete. The moment we say become an expert, understand that we're becoming an obsolete, because then we feel we are there. Now everyone is looking up, so we end up only talking to them and we stop learning anymore. So half knowledge is a second barrier. You have to go through, we have to recognize it. How do we go through? Become zero. Even though we know everything about the industry Ramaswamiji in, or about naturopathy, when we meet Sir, we are zero. We look from that position to see what can I absorb from him. We might know, but who knows, there may be a different angle to a point so we become zero all the time when approaching people, places, things. Don't have any past judgments or conclusions. You're going to Himalayas, be zero this time, because then you experience something differently, something new. Don't go with the thing that, okay, last time I went to these caves, it was so beautiful. This time I'm going to have a similar experience. Who knows? You go there, it might be closed. Or when you go there this time, you actually meet a different siddhi there. If you went with, there is someone, I met the person last time, so I don't have to go now. But then you go there, maybe a different siddhi there. Maybe that person is so evolved that you will learn something different. So half knowledge, we overcome by becoming zero each time we are approaching. We ourselves stay in a state of zeroness. Zero to hero, or the hero to zero. So we always are switching between these. The third stage, then when you cross over this, dear friends, is then we are gaining powers. It's called the siddhi state, a power state. Our words become powerful. So what you say will start happening. Either people around you are supporting you, so they may have to do it for you, or you gain truly intuition power, some energy. The more meditation, you definitely gaining energy. So you have the ability to develop healing if you want to. And we have this power stage. We get stuck. We might be doing good things for others, but we get stuck in it. Now, all of these barriers are about our learning. See, knowledge is precursor to the experience and growth. The ultimate aim is that we are infinite potential. So we want to continue to experience more and more and more. We don't get stuck in it. I was fascinated when I met personally Ramaswamy sir. Is himself and his family constantly innovating new things, new things, new things. Things like fan. What do we think? A fan, okay, it's a mature technology. It's been existing for years, and so no one is thinking about improvising it, perhaps, right? But Sar is coming up with a beautiful, a new way of getting the experience of fan better, a new innovation. He doesn't have to do it after being so successful. So being successful, already business are growing. You don't have to, if you're stuck in my Siddhi state of, okay, everything is going great, and I'm already anyway taking care of my employees, you don't have to do something new here. But in a Siddhi state, we get stuck with our powers. We don't want to look around and then improve ourselves or learn more. Everything is about learning. We start teaching, so many people come to us. And then, of course, they are going to transform. It's a meditation. It's not an individual who is helping transform. But we get stuck in that because many people are coming and saying, oh, your teaching is great. You are the special. And so we get stuck in there. And then we try to do the same thing as opposed to learning more and then expanding ourselves. It's important. So the third stage is the power stage, Siddhi stage, where we have to really, really recognize. One of the most difficult stages to recognize and then step out of it. Be in it, but step out to continue to increase your learning. Because there's infinity to learn, and so infinity to continue to experience. The fourth one is that it's called spiritual old age. We say, having been there, done that. Oh, I've been there, done that. I don't have to do it again. We keep saying this many times. Yes, I've been here for 40 years. I'm doing it. Yeah, please go and do it. When you're hearing this conversation in the hallway, that means they are stuck in that old age. They're not ready to learn. They're automatically close the door and said, yes, I've done it many times. Yes, please go and do it. That means they're saying that I'm not interested. You see, the same class, why Patriji is doing today, even after 40 years, is still trying to sit down and then explain the same basic concept of Anapanasati. He's still till to go. Yesterday was there in full moon night. Of course, while thousands are there in Zoom and other worldwide, but he went out to a ground and then sat there for 9 to 12 in the middle of the night and then doing it, because there's always something new that you're learning. Spiritual science is constantly evolving with your experience and my experience, because a lot of spiritual science is subjective. 99% unseen is got to be subjective. Only 1% seen is objective. So the spiritual science itself is constantly evolving with every subjective experience that we take in, we hear, we learn. It cannot be limited to a few books. So we constantly do everything that we might have done in the past again and again, because we are meeting new people, new experiences. And so, dear friends, these are the four barriers of progression. Fear, half knowledge, that we cross over, becomes zero. Fear, jump in and do it. Half knowledge becomes zero constantly. Meditation will help us to be mindful, to be zero. It helps us to gain great listening power. So we keep quiet and then listen. Not only here, but also keep quiet here, because we empty our mind, so naturally we have higher listening power. And third thing is siddhis, where we are getting stuck with the powers. We may be doing good things, by the way. We may be doing our lifelong good stuff to help people. But we're getting stuck and they're not looking outside. And then as a result, what we may need to do, if we don't do it, it'll come onto our health. Ultimately, right? Because we need to do other things also. So we need to constantly be open to learning from others, so constantly integrate and enhance. And then fourth thing is spiritual old age, where we say, I've done it, so it's fine. I know it all. I've done it. And we've got to go over that. There's no end to it. Like the Ikigai, 90 years, 100 years, 110 years, they continue to do it. So one has to pay attention to our phases as we evolve, as we go forward with the practice, as we're going further in these four areas. Our newsletter will cover them in more detail. So let's go into meditation, dear friends. Relax yourself, sit comfortably. We are doing breath mindfulness meditation or Anapanasati. Our goal is to empty the mind. We have thousands of thoughts in our mind. Our goal is to empty the mind. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. In case you have thoughts, bring your attention back to the breath again. So that emptiness is what we want to experience. And we want to be in as long as possible. Relax yourself. We go into the session with your eyes closed, dear friends. We will directly start with Anapanasati today. Dear friends, dear masters, with your eyes closed, specs removed, sit comfortably with your fingers into fingers, placing your hands in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are going into powerful group meditation. Our goal is to empty the mind. Our goal is to merge into that greater emptiness, that quantum energy field. When we observe our breath, our mind becomes empty. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath, dear friends, and allow yourself to slowly become empty. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to become totally empty of all thoughts in your mind. As your mind is empty, can you become aware of that emptiness inside of you, all around you? Become aware of that emptiness where there's no body, where there's nothing, in no place and no time. All emptiness is energy. Allow yourself to merge into this infinite possibility, quantum field of energy. The longer you stay connected as no body, the more open you become. The more you receive from it. Allow yourself to stay connected to this energy, to that emptiness. The longer you stay in this field of unknown, dear friends, the more we manifest the possibilities into life. Allow yourself to go deeper and deeper into the emptiness of yourself. If you find yourself distracted in thought, gently go back to observing your breath and slowly find that emptiness all around. Allow yourself to merge into that emptiness of yourself. This is your divine self, where everybody and everything are connected. the longer you stay connected into this field as no body, as no thing, the more you experience your wholeness. Be with it. Go deeper and deeper into yourself, dear friends. Allow yourself to totally merge into that emptiness, that your consciousness. friends. Let's express gratitude. Gratitude for all things and everybody. To your parents, your teachers, your mentors, to all the people in your life, to this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to all the things we use, to yourself, and to this intelligent consciousness. Gratitude is the ultimate state of receivership. And recollect your experiences from the session. And slowly, whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds, and then you may open your eyes. Okay, friends. Let me see. I have to switch to- That's much better. Hi, Karthikeyan sir. Hi, Lawrence.
Hello.
Hi,
Namaskar.
Namaste, sir.
hi, Namni sir. Swami sir is also joined. So Patriji will be joining in about another 7 minutes, 7-8 minutes. So while we are here, we'll start with, as we are concluding our program, so we have many participants who want to share. So we'll start with some sharing. Lakshmi Madam, can I have Vibha unmuted? Okay. Yes, sir. Mr. JD, please go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. It's been a pleasure and very engrossing sessions I've been attending. And the good part of this is that the, the whole Anapanasati system of meditation is so simple, can be done by anybody, anywhere, anytime. And that's the best part of it, that even when you are traveling, when you are alone, or when after during the lunchtime in your office, you can just spend 10 minutes, 15 minutes of your time and do this type of meditation. This course of crystal of 40 days is exactly as its name suggests. It's clear, has a lot of clarity, is transparent, and it gives the energy which normally any crystal would give. So it really befits the name of this program. This program has been covering a lot of aspects on a weekly basis, from health, manifestation, emotional intelligence, spiritual, and service. After attending this course, I have started enjoying reading, and recently I purchased book on Ikigai after hearing about Patriji's statement of learn, enjoy, and service. So I am really blessed having understood simple things in simple words, and I'm enjoying this book and really feeling encouraged to go through other books in future. Now is the time when I realize, although being a senior citizen, that learning has no limitation. At any age, anywhere you can learn, and life is to enjoy. And this enjoyment you can also get by providing services to the mankind. I am very thankful to the Buddha's CEO for this particular thing, and I wish them all the best in the future.
Thank you, Jaydevji. That's wonderful. There is no, yes, the learning, there is no end to it.
Yes.
Always continue. And we're glad that you are connected, and Anapanasati is the most simplest technique. No doubt about it. Thank you. Yes, friends. So while we are here, I'd like one of our facilitators to talk about how they are experiencing and enjoying the service work that they're doing. May I request Rakesh Jalumani to talk about and before that, hi Asivisa. Great to have you join the program. So we can't hear you. Okay, so we'll come back to you. Can't hear you, Asivisa. Right, go ahead, Rakesh. Yes.
Thank you, Chandra. Hello, friends. My name is Rakesh. I started my meditation journey about a year ago, a year and maybe 3 months ago, through a corporate program. And I think since more than a year now, I started volunteering with Buddha's CEO. Again, having found the meditation, which is completely transformational, completely changed my life. I realized that what I was living was not really living, and found a few new way of living a daily life through meditations. I realized that is probably everybody should experience it, and that probably is the best way to help others and then help myself, to understand myself more. So being involved with various activities, teaching, being a facilitator, working with some of the IT stuff, and it's just, I think Chandra has been telling that service is the best way to learn, and I personally have realized it's probably where you get lost in yourself, where you know what you are capable of, what you know, what you can do more. Many things which I never thought I could do, I realized, I'm able to do it. And more importantly, we get to know and understand working with a lot of different people from different walks of life. Being in a technology person for 20 odd years, I hardly had opportunity to work with or interact with people outside the technology. So I had so much of a limited field of perspective. But being part of the Buddha CEO, meeting so many different people, different walks of life, listening to them, working with them, it has completely changed my perspective. And I think when Chandra talks about oneness, it becomes more than knowledge when you work with others. And yeah, it is not service. Again, I think it is more of learning for me. And obviously it will be a big part of my life, continue to be a big part of my life. So thank you. I think this has been a journey. It's very difficult to put it in words, the experience that we go through. Been so busy working that I missed out. But I realize now that this is a great opportunity to learn and grow. So Chandra, I'm really grateful for this opportunity. I don't know what I would be without this. Thank you.
Thank you, Rakesh. Wonderful. So learning becomes, so knowledge becomes experience with service. So what we learn as oneness, it really becomes that. We become that in a wakeful time. So thank you for doing this beautiful work. So dear friends, welcome to this Enlightenment Hour on Tuesdays with Patriji. Sir will join shortly. So we are here sharing some of our experiences while waiting for Patri sir. Today, like last week, was very power-packed with lots of wisdom from Patriji. Was flowing so many concepts that Shreyan sir thought was so beautifully hosted. So we are definitely going to learn more things from sir, while we also have an important project that we're launching, which is the Buddha CEO corporate meditation magazine, focused towards leaders, organizations, entrepreneurs, and corporate employees, and how meditation, mindfulness can bring greater change to the organization and the individual self. So we have that launch also. It's a dream project for us as we are continuing our journey to bring this out as a quarterly magazine. So we'll also have that launch for which we have several of our mentors and various leaders are there supporting. So while we are here, so welcome to this session, all of you, for this Enlightenment Hour. So let's go back to Vibhaji.
Happy morning, everyone. I am Vibha Ranka from Bangalore. I've been meditating for the last 44 days, and initially I would have no faith in meditation, and I had a lot of health issues. I would just have back-to-back issues. Like it started with PCOD 5 years back, and then suddenly I had some pain in my knee, and then just few weeks back I was asked to have a surgery for my sinus, and then I was asked to start meditating, and I did. Initially, 3 weeks, I did not notice any change. I would question myself if it really works, or I would always fight with myself if this is going to help me improve my health. So, just 4 to 5 days back, I actually started noticing a change in my health. Not major changes, but I couldn't walk even for a kilometer. But I started walking for 3 to 4 kilometers, and I kept telling myself that no, it's you can do it. I will be able to do it. And sometimes I would get tired, and I would just meditate for half an hour at least, and all my pain would just go away. My sinus pain would go away, and I would sometimes I while meditating I would not feel even a single thing. I would just have too many thoughts, or some days would be so nice. I would just keep smiling throughout the meditation, or I would keep crying. And some days I would feel that my body becomes numb, and I just couldn't move my body, and I just wouldn't be able to move my jaw, or something is just trying to force me to open my eyes and just stop the meditation. But this has been a wonderful journey, and I would like to thank each and everyone um, for being a part. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you, Vibha.
Thank
That's great to hear the progress. Naturally, it's 43 days. You've experienced so much. That's beautiful. I request Lawrence Guhad Jolly, who's a co-founder of the Dasya Quantum Foundation, has been with meditation for more than 5 years now, doing tremendous amount of work with a great personal transformation, and having met Patriji 5 years ago in Pyramid Valley. So Lawrence, some of your wisdom around, you've been a favorite fan of diversity, inclusion, and science of friendship at workplace. A few words from you around this.
Thank you, Chandra, and happy to be here. I wish I would be with all of you more often. Well, it's actually 7 a.m. in India. Is 3:30 a.m. in France, so it's a little bit middle of the night. And that's one of my first messages. Where the intention goes, the energy goes. You all know that now. So if you had told me 5 years ago, before meditating, that I would be sitting here at 3:30 a.m. in the morning in front of such a large audience, where I'm probably the only one not Indian or not from West originally, I would have told you, no, this is crazy. This is a science fiction movie. Well, it's not. And yes, meditation completely transformed my life. I have I had been, more than 30 years in a senior management position in IBM, and I thought I was doing good. I was sometimes wondering, okay, what's next? Am I going to be like that for the coming 30 years? And meditation was a revelation about life. It was a fascinating journey to question every single thing I had been told before, and changing the way I was looking at people at work. I was interacting with everyone. I realized then that I had what we call unconscious bias about many, many things. I was not aware that I was reacting, triggered by, my subconscious mind, and maybe not doing the right choice, not having the clarity of mind. Even if consciously I was thinking I was doing good, I was a kind person and so on, but I could really do much better after meditating, and it helped me grow in my career in an accelerating way, and do probably 2-3 times more than what I was doing before, and especially service. So clearly, as Rakesh was nicely saying, it is a transformation at any age. Of course, I was wishing that I would have learned all of this before, because it would have helped me a lot in my work and in my family. But as Patriji told me, the first year I was starting to meditate, if I was learning so much from meditation now, it's because who I was and the experience I had before. So no regret, no guilt, nothing, just enjoy the ride. And when you start to learn meditation, and you can learn at any age, and start at any age to learn new things. So I decided to dedicate my life to service. And it took me 2-3 years to build up my next steps, and to let grow the strengths to do it, and to meet so many people, so many masters, and to teach to so many people in my corporation, that then I found it was time to do it. And with the support of my family and so many friends, that's how I jumped into the pool of co-funding this foundation with my friend Chandra and Vani, and so many other people, and to overcome the final fear of starting to be from a very high level position job into becoming a non-profit volunteer with no income, and trust that the universe would work with it. And that's what I am doing now every day. And, I don't regret any minute of it. I learned so much from all of you. It's changing my life, and I can teach to people in corporation, how to better take care of themselves, take care of their colleagues, and create a more inclusive world. And also, of course, have a significant impact on the society, and as well as on the environment and nature. I am passionate about nature and animals. I became a vegetarian the minute I met Patriji and became a meditator. So complete change, but really happy about it. And I have only one thing to advise everyone here who is especially a beginner, is practice every day. Practice, and read books. The more you read, and the faster you will go into this enlightenment of becoming a meditator and a service person. Thank you so much, and back to you, Chandra.
Thank you, Lawrence. There is no limit to what we can do, which we learn from the Karthikeyans deeply, because we've always been hearing from Patriji that one single person, unlimited work. So I've seen that same thing with Lawrence too. Thousands of people got transformed. We didn't have to. She never waited for HR to come together, HR to launch a program, sponsor a program. That normally we think we need to do it. Instead, just starting at a very grassroots level with her team, then expanding to a little bigger department, it's a little more bigger, and then built it up ground up. So then thousands of people were able to practice and learn this technique, and then built a practice in IBM. So this concept that we are talking service, in the concept of service, and teaching even to one person. I really liked always Patricia mentioned, you'll never know that other person you're teaching will be the next Buddha, because Buddha, Gautama Buddha, until he became enlightened, was just ordinary Gautama Siddhartha. So the next person can be the Buddha, who's then our job is done. So we don't, numbers are not important. How many people it is, with what intention we're able to take it, even if it is one person. A lot of times we hold back in giving the time because we feel only 5 people are there, so it's not worth my time. And something that we greatly learned from Grandmaster. So thank you, Lawrence, for doing it. I know from doing classes for thousands of people, it becomes like few individuals now suddenly, because you're starting in a new territory like France. We perhaps have 3, 4, 5 people to start with, but it's got to go back and grow. Anyway, this is thank you for that message. Hi, Sivisa. Now we're able to hear you.
Yeah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning to Anyama. Good morning, Chandra.
Yes, sir. So while waiting, Karthikeyan, sir, you had to leave by 7:45. I think Sir just got an updated message, 7:35. We'll join another 5 minutes or so. So as soon as he joins, we'll start this. While we are here, I request one more. And friends, anybody would like to share, please do raise your hand. So that way, as soon as Patricia comes, we'll get the process going. So I request Rajkumar. Rajkumar?
Hi. Hi, happy morning.
Like you to share your experience of how it's helping you, Raj.
Okay. So happy morning, Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, SVB sir, RVR sir, and DRK sir. So it's been a wonderful journey. I think I'm practicing for the last 12 to 13 months. My gratitude and thanks to my dear Balu Anna, who had put me through Buddha CEO and Chandra sir. It's been a wonderful journey, and I'm God's grace, I'm consistently practicing minimum 1 hour every day. So able to see a lot of changes in every way, in my physical health, in my mental health, in almost all sphere of my my daily routine, everything. I'm becoming more compassionate and a lot more clarity in what I do. So it's a wonderful journey, and thanks to Chandra sir, Vani ma'am, and the entire team for spreading this across to many more. And yeah, the journey has been wonderful. So thanks for everything.
Okay. What health benefits you've seen, Raj?
Since our kind of business is little, commodities and things like that, so we used to travel a lot, almost 5-6 months in a year. So lots of volatility and things like that. So I used to get stressed up and a couple of blackouts and things like that. But these days, I'm able to see things in a different way, and it's not affecting my health anymore. So I'm able to see in different plateau, or it's not that we are out of challenges. Challenges are there, but you see in a different frame of mind, and things are happening graciously in business wise, even during the pandemic time also. So we were facing lot of issues, but we came out of each and every of them. So it's been an easy journey, and when you're merging with when you're having this kind of energy, you're able to handle things, maneuver things very easily, and people around me are also trying to meditate, and many of them are doing it on a daily basis, and that's the main transformation I could do, I feel. And yeah, it's been very nice, and I do not step out of my home or whenever I travel without meditation. I recorded or live, whatever. It's been very good. It's been become a part of my life now. So it's been wonderful.
Thank you, Raj.
Yeah.
We're looking forward to the pyramid as a way to bring many more people in Coimbatore to come together.
Yes.
What I want to build there.
Yes. So the process just planning it around. So I'll just let you know. So as I already informed to you. So.
Yes. So end of October, Patriji and we'll be traveling to Coimbatore, October 30th, 31st. And so just given the dates are, so definitely we'll plan together some events.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
All right. Mr. Vijendra Rao, Bangalore.
Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Yes. Can you please introduce yourself and also turn on your video?
Hello.
Yes.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, please go ahead.
Acha, I'm Vijendra Rao from Bangalore. I started meditation about in 15th of April. And there was I had no idea what meditation was. By chance, I saw one book about the laws in the freedom word book like that. After that, by chance, I got introduced to Mr. Pindi in YouTube. And then whole journey started in meditation. And the best experience I can say about meditation is that within a month of meditation, I totally stopped all the bad habits which I had accumulated for so many years, like drinking, smoking, eating non-veg. Everything went off by itself, sir, just because of meditation. And that was the greatest experience I've had in just 1 month of doing meditation. And I've been seeing all the videos of yours also, Patriji and Ayapapindi. And now I've started going to Pyramid Valley every day, every 3 days in a week to give service there. Because I'm quite close by. So every Monday, Wednesday and Friday, I'm at Pyramid Valley and giving some my little service to people who come there. Thank you very much, sir.
Wow. Wonderful. In a very short time, taking and then recognizing the importance of service and then doing that, really wonderful, Vijendraji. So great to know. Meditation is absolutely transforming us inside out. So because we're changing the entire thought process, so everything we do is based on the thought. So everything we do will have to change differently for the better.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for that sharing.